Miss Pearl. Hi, darling. I have finished all of the chasers that I want to sew. So that's 81 cat toys.
That's 50 kickers.
Kicker pockets, there are 80 of them. We sewed 317 cat toys this week. This has all been about reducing my stress, reducing my chance of burnout come December. And there's a Chester butt. Well, hello and welcome to Chester and Pearl headquarters. I'm Tracy and I draw cute cat art that I use to make products that bring joy to cats and cat lovers. Today we do not have a market vlog, but we are preparing for a market. Actually, many markets. We are getting ahead to prepare for the holidays this week. So it is currently the last weekend in October. I don't have a market this Saturday. And this is actually one of only 2 remaining weeks before Christmas this year that I do not have a market. So I need to take advantage of this time to prepare for December, because December is going to be crazy. There are 3 December weekends before Christmas, and I have market days Saturday and Sunday, all 3 of those weekends. Plus, just before that, I have an out-of-town market in Charlotte the last weekend in November. So it is going to be very busy, and that will be on top of Black Friday sales and online sales. And my goal is to not get burnt out. So I'm going to take every precaution I can to be prepared and set myself up for success and maybe even be able to enjoy the holidays myself this holiday season. So the first step in my preparations is that I want to get ahead on sewing some of my cat toys. So the cat toys are the one main product line that I produce myself. So I have these chaser cat toys, these catnip and crinkle kicker toys, and then these pouncers, which are the same thing, they're just smaller. So I would love to get several steps down in the production process on a bunch of these so that when December comes, then I'm already ahead and it won't take as much time to stock up for all of those markets that I have coming up. So let's start today with kickers and let's figure out which patterns that we want to work on first. So first I want to get all of my fabric out. I store the cut fabric in this whole chest of drawers, and I still have a lot of fabric to cut on the shelves over there. And in between the yardage of fabric to cut and the cut fabric that goes in here, the fabric spends some time in this book press, which is how I get all the wrinkles out, because I don't want to spend so much time ironing. And this is so much easier. I just cut the fabric and then I stack it in this book press and then let it sit here for about a week. They're all nice and wrinkle free. Oh, I do have some Christmas in here. Oh, okay, good. And so there we go. This is all kicker fabric that is nice and wrinkle-free with little to no work thanks to our book press there. So we have some evergreen Christmas, burgundy Christmas, mint. Oh, the birds, that's always popular. More of the blue little loves. We'll put that away. Don't think we'll be bringing this one to markets. We won't be bringing the pool party to markets either, but people still buy this online, so I need to have some nice and ready to go. And then all of this castronaut fabric. This needs to go back. Might as well start with these because they're right here. So let's do 10 castronaut. We'll do 10 birds. So today we will sew at least these 50 kicker pockets, and we will also stuff and finish as many as we can as well. And there we go. That is 10 of the evergreen festive felines kicker pockets. So we have 4 more designs, 10 more of each, and so we're just gonna knock these out now. your little baby, Chester. He's your little baby. So now we have 50 of our kicker pockets all ready to go. We're gonna stuff some of them, but just a second. Let me get my notebook. This is a notebook that I keep for events. I print every market detail sheet for easy reference. This is one of those things that I feel is just easier to use in analog form. Obviously, I originally created these in spreadsheets, but I print them out and put them in this notebook. Here is Jolly Raleigh Holiday Market from last year. This is an event I'm doing again this December. And I have all of the information about the sales on it, all of the individual kickers and pouncers and cat toys that sold. And I'm constantly referring to these when I'm planning for any event throughout the year to know, well, which patterns did sell best here last year? And how many did I sell? Did I sell more kickers, more pouncers? Just all the information I need to know to prepare inventory for an event. So it's so much easier to just have this on a shelf and quickly pull it up than to look it up online. Obviously, I already have this available on my computer, but when I'm making those decisions, I'm on this side of the room, so it's like I just have my phone, and it's just much easier to read something like this and to find it quickly in a notebook. So, Jolly Raleigh, 53 kickers last year. Was I really I was really selling the festive felines kickers then. Okay, good to know. It's not that what I'm making now has to be exact or anything by any means, but it is good to know to have a goal to shoot for. So if I had 53 kickers at Jolly Raleigh alone, and I have 6 market days in December. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot more, clearly. Let's see, Durham Craft Market, also 53. Patchwork was 47. Well, I know that I need to have at least 10 of each of these, if not more, ready to go for December. So I'm gonna start stuffing a bunch of these kickers, and I'll see you tomorrow for more kickers. Welcome to Wednesday. We have stuffed 50 of the kickers, so we're just going to finish sewing these up, and then we will move on to pouncers today. So there we go. So we do have room for a few more to be stored in here, but that's 50 kickers, all ready to go for December. Okay, Miss Pearl wants to play, so we're gonna take her favorite toy. Did you get it? Okay, so let's move on to Pouncers. I have my binder here to see how much sold last year and what was most popular. So yeah, definitely the festive felines. So the thing is too, even from event to event, any event, I can't predict what patterns are going to do well, because there are certain patterns that are pretty universally popular. But even then, they tend to go up and down at any given market. The bestseller might be something completely different. So this whole prediction thing is not an exact science. And last year was the last year that I made kitty coal. I made these little bags of little black minky cat toys. That one had jingle ball in it, one made a crinkle sound, and one had catnip. So it was like this little variety pack for naughty kitties, I would always say. And so especially with Pouncers, because they're the same size, I also don't know, since I don't have the kitty coal this year, does that mean more people will then buy the Pouncers? But at the same time, I have the Christmas Pouncer trio, but this year I now have a winter cats trio. So how many people who previously bought the Christmas trio would rather just get the winter ones instead? So again, this isn't going to be an exact science. So that's why I'm just trying to just sew all of the patterns in bulk, but not too much of any one. You know, I'm not going to just sew all of my festive felines, which is my Christmas ones. And we also seem to sell, yeah, between 40 and 50 at every event that time of year. So good to know. Let's just get started and sew as many as we can. So let's start with this festive trio. It's the same pattern, but 3 different colorways. It's the little trio of Pouncers. So let's see, 1, 2. You know what? We should just do all of this. We're just going to do all of this. And then we'll go ahead and do the same stack for the new winter ones. So why don't we just start with that? I think that would be a good start today. So these events coming up in December, my jam-packed December, I'll share my schedule here on the screen. Kind of starts on Thanksgiving weekend, Shop Small Saturday, that's it. So I'm going out of town to Charlotte for their Shop Small event in South End. Super excited about that, never done that one before. But then in December, the following 3 weekends, I have markets or market days, both Saturday and Sunday. So the interesting thing is the first 2 weekends, I have events in either the same or almost the same locations. So the first 2 Saturdays are both at the Raleigh Ironworks. And the first weekend, it's the Jolly Raleigh Holiday Market. And then the second Saturday is the Triangle Pop-Ups monthly market. They do a monthly market all year long at the Raleigh Ironworks. So first 2 Saturdays are both at the Ironworks, both organized by different organizers. And then the Sundays of those first 2 weekends are both in downtown Durham, and they're not the same place, but they're like very, very close. One is again Patchwork Market at the Durham Armory, which is an indoor market, and I just did that one in August. And then the second Sunday is the Durham Craft Market, their holiday market event at Durham Central Park, which is just a block away. So almost the same location. And those are 2 events actually that I've done in the past, and they are both great events. So as far as the market vlogs were concerned, at first I assumed I would do just 2 double event weekend vlogs. But then I was looking at, thinking about the locations, and I was thinking it might be more interesting to split them and to have one of the videos be about the 2 Raleigh Ironworks events and the other one be about the 2 downtown Durham events. So I was wondering your thoughts on that. What would you rather see when those market vlogs come around? Do you want to see 2 events at the same location, a week apart? Or do you want me to keep them just chronological, if you have any opinion on that? Okay, so let's get all of these little Pouncer pockets snipped apart. And I will tell you a little story about the Pouncers, because the Pouncers, I need my glasses, a little fuzzy, because the Pouncers were the first cat toy that I ever made. Before this was Chester and Pearl, I made like cat furniture, cat tent, cat beds, and then I made some beach chair cat beds. And that's what's right over there. I'm not sure. Can you see it? It's the picture that's always in the background over there. And those required a lot of fabric, and so I had a lot of fabric scraps left over. And so that is what I decided to do with them. I made little cat toys, so I wasn't wasting any fabric. And that was before I was drawing my own art patterns. And all of the little kittens in the pictures were my foster kittens. So I fostered kittens actually in this very room for several years. This room was my office when I had a regular 9-to-5. I was a web programmer, and I originally worked for them in Florida when we lived in Florida. And then we moved to North Carolina and I continued working remotely for them. Eventually I realized I have this otherwise empty office all day long. Why don't I fill it with kittens who just need a temporary home for a while? And so that's what I did. I fostered for Safe Haven for Cats, which is a local cat shelter here. And I fostered kittens in this room. And then when that work situation changed, I will probably go into much more detail about my background and how I got to drawing cat art and everything at some point. But yeah, I started making the cat furniture and starting that business, and eventually had to stop fostering just because it was an emotional toll and there were a lot of things going on in my life at the time. And then my business was growing and I really needed this space to use for an office. But it is my dream to be able to foster again someday. It is, especially if you do work from home and you have an office that otherwise there's not a lot going on like it was for me, just me and my computer. It is a wonderful, wonderful way to help cats in need, especially kittens. When kittens are brought to shelters, depending on the shelter and the area you're in, they might have different rules for how old a kitten needs to be in order to get spayed or neutered. For me, it was basically around 2 pounds, once they reach 2 pounds. So in the meantime, there might not be space in the shelter for them, if they're just rescued as a couple weeks old or just at any point that they're less than 2 pounds. They just need a place to hang for for a few weeks to grow, and so they can be spayed or neutered and then put on the adoption floor. So that is what is so great about fostering, because the shelters then don't need to use that space for these kittens that really are just hanging out and are not adoptable yet. My shelter in particular provided all the supplies I needed, everything, all the food, the litter box. They gave me toys. They provided everything. And if I was ever running out, then I could just go over to the shelter and get more supplies. So if that sounds like something that interests you to have, and you don't need to just foster kittens, depending on the shelter, they might have hospice situations with older cats, or they might just have older cats who need a break from the shelter for a little bit, or just any number of reasons. There's a lot of rescues that are completely 100% foster based because they don't have physical shelters. So all of their cats in their program are fostered in individual homes. That's actually a very common rescue model. So if that sounds interesting to you, just search for local cat rescues and cat shelters in your area and inquire about fostering. I know anyone would be so thrilled to hear that someone else is interested in fostering. So it was then while I was still fostering, and that's why that's how I got sidetracked. That's why I have kittens on all of the old cat furniture pictures that I have. Then I was making the cat toys out of the fabric scraps and developed this little Pouncer design. And I had all those little foster kittens test them out. Actually, I think, because I have that, and then the pictures I have are actually old foam panels from when I first started doing markets. Yeah, like this one here. Oh my goodness, it's so big. But that's a little kitten with one of the very first Pouncer designs I have that was just scrap fabric left over from making a beach chair cat bed. Oh my gosh, the little toe beans, so cute. What's this one? Oh, so beautiful, so precious. And so that's a cat just in one of the beach chairs with one of the matching little Pouncer cat toys. Oh my gosh, I miss them so much. But unfortunately, it's just something that I don't have room for now. Someday I'll get into fostering again. So I made the little Pouncers, so they were first. And then I needed more fabric than just the scraps were providing from the cat furniture. And so I started buying the fabric. And so I was able to make bigger cat toys. And that's when I started making the kickers. And at first I called them chunky Pouncers. But glad I changed the name. So they were kickers. And then likewise, the chaser, the wand toys that we'll make later this week, Those were originally just solid colors because when I made the cat tents, they had a minky blanket that the cat would lay on inside the tent. And so the leftover minky fabric, or the minky fabric scraps, I used to make these chaser cat toys. So that is a little brief history of these 3 cat toys that I make. And I should also mention that Safe Haven for Cats, which is the shelter that I fostered all those kittens for, is the same shelter where we adopted Chester and Pearl back in 2020. And this cat rescue shirt design that you might have noticed, I have it on several different shirts, that this is my original artwork and my original design. And it is originally from their first year adoptiversary. I had a shirt fundraiser where 100% of the profits went to Safe Haven. And now you can still get a couple of different rescue shirt designs in my bonfire shop, and 100% of those profits go towards either Safe Haven, or another one of the shirt designs goes to Per Partners, which is the foster-based rescue in this area that I spoke about earlier. We have finished all of these Pouncer pockets today, so we will stuff those and finish those tomorrow. And I'm going to start working on these festive feline little Pouncer pockets as well, but I'm going to sign off for today on this video and meet you back here tomorrow, which is actually going to be just a few seconds. Okay, welcome to Thursday. We have finished up these festive felines, Pouncer pockets, so they're all ready to stuff, and this new winter collection, which I don't quite have a name for yet because it's not live. It will be by the time this video is posted, but they're the cute little winter kitties in sweaters and parkas, and so cute. So we are going to finish up these Pouncers, and then we'll see what else we can get done this afternoon. And we're going to put a nice heaping spoonful of this catnip and silvervine blend in them. I buy my catnip in 10-pound boxes, and I keep it all on the shelf over there. And then I have just this little container that is my working container that I use. Oh, Pearl. The cats are nuts today, I think because they were just cold and quiet like all week long. And now they're like, woo, it's not so cold. And we can actually see because the sun's out. Okay, well, let's get these all stuffed and let's get some work done. And let's see where Miss Pearl went. Hello. Whoop, Miss Pearl. Hi, darling. Are you enjoying your exploration time? Chester knocked that sign off this morning and scared himself. Here are our 81 festive felines at Pouncer pockets, all filled with catnip. And now we will fill them with some crinkle material, which is already cut up here in this drawer, all ready to go, and polyfill, which I always have 2 20-pound boxes of polyfill in here. That's kind of all that fits. They both fit under, well, one fits under the table, and then one fits kind of between the table and the window over there. Once one of them is empty or nearing empty, then I will go ahead and order the next one. So I always have 2, and I always have plenty for whatever cat toy sewing needs I have ahead. And my Pearly girl has settled in her favorite, oh my goodness, in her favorite trash pile. Underneath my my shipping table here is where I put just all extra filler that I get in shipments, and that is what I use in the orders that I send out. So I get to reuse everything. So yeah, I'm not buying bubble wrap brand new. That's all being repurposed. Oh my goodness, look how sweet you are. It's her favorite place. Okay, we have all of these, all the festive felines are sewn, and now I'm snipping threads, which I seem to be snipping threads a lot when I talk to you. But it's the quietest part of the whole process of making the cat toys. So that's when I had the opportunity to talk to you without too much loud distracting sounds in the background, especially the sewing machine. So this will be my 3rd year selling these festive felines. I drew it 2 years ago. There's 6 different cats on here. So there's a little Santa cat, little cat with all the Christmas tree lights, a little snowman inspired cat that has a cute little hat that covers both their ears, a cat sitting in a present, the cat wearing an ugly Christmas, well, it's a cute Christmas sweater, but a very detailed Christmas sweater, and the reindeer little tabby kitty. So those are the 6. So I wanted to break this up. I wasn't sure how interesting this video was going to be because I'm just sewing and making these cat toys. Kind of repetitive. So I was using a lot of time lapses, but I'm not quite sure when I get to editing this video if too many time lapses is going to be too many time lapses. So I'm kind of breaking it up by having some real-time video like this one right now, but this isn't very interesting. So I guess I will add another time lapse in here to finish these up. And I'll catch you back when I'm ready to stuff the little winter kitties. So we have all of our festive feline pouncers are done. So that's 81 cat toys that I need to keep away from my cats. Let's just put them over here for now. Okay, and now I have all of the new winter ones that we'll stuff with catnip. So this one was super fun to draw. Again, 6 cats. I actually have the same sweater, but I just changed the colors to match this very chilly color palette. This is one that I have never had a collection like in my head so much. Like I had the color palette in my head. I knew that I wanted the cats to be looking all warm and cozy in their winter wear. And it came together. Once I started drawing it, it came together so fast. So I actually borrowed my little sweater kitty from the Christmas pattern. It's just a different type of cat. It's a brown tabby, and the colors of the sweater were changed to match this color palette. What's the other cat that's the same? This one right here, the same cat with the scarf and the little hat that goes over both of the ears. Again, just change the colors out. And then we also now have a cat that's holding a cup of hot cocoa, who's wearing another type of scarf and a different hat that's kind of just on the side. We have another cat who's wearing a ribbed sweater with a hat that just goes on top of the head evenly. We have the cat with a striped scarf wearing earmuffs, and then also the cat wearing the puffy parka. Love them all so much. And I'm excited to have a new cat toy collection this year because I didn't last year. Because as I mentioned before, I used to make kitty coal, and I made kitty coal for 3 years. It was really popular the first year, but then kind of started waning in popularity. And to be honest, it was so boring to sew because all the cat toys were just black minky fabric, and it was a lot of them. And then since it was minky fabric, all the little pieces would just get all over the place, so it made this whole office just a mess. And I just thought after 3 years it was time to move on. And so last year I actually did not order any new materials because I also had the little bags that they came in, and I screen printed them. And so last year was just kind of using up all of the stock that I had. And so that was kind of my focus. I had the festive felines cat toys again, and then I really wanted to just get rid of all of the supplies and everything that I had for kitty coal. So That was last Christmas. And so now I knew I would repeat the festive felines, my Christmas pattern, and I really wanted something new for the holiday and winter seasons. And I'm like, I just need a winter cat pattern, because that gives everyone an option too, that if they don't want Christmas specific, if they don't celebrate Christmas, or if they just want toys for their cat that will last beyond that holiday season, then the winter cat toys work for both the Christmas season and the glorious winter beyond. 72 of the snowy winter kitty pouncers are now done. So let's move on. Tomorrow I want to start on some chasers, but in order to do that, I need more of the paracord cut. So we're gonna do that first from this giant spool. So we need to cut the pieces and then burn the edges so they don't fray. So for that, I use this lovely little candle in a tin. It's from Core Memory Candles, which I don't believe exists anymore. I've had this forever, but it's Disney World's inspired scents, and this is Ocean Flight. So it's supposed to smell like the Flight of Avatar ride at Animal Kingdom. We have all of these cords finished on the end so they won't fray. So let's get to some sewing of these chasers. So what I want to do, I have, how many? 6? About 6 different patterns for chasers. And they come with either a jingle sound or they crinkle. And there is no rhyme or reason to which one is more popular. As far as making a bunch of these up ahead of time, I don't quite want to finish them with the sound maker that's inside. So I'm going to make a bunch of the tail parts and just have them open on the end, so that then as we go through all of these markets coming up in December and I need to restock my market inventory of chasers, that I can just super quick finish up exactly which ones I'm going to need. Okay, so we have some little ladybugs. Let's do 4 more of each. Actually, I already did some of these a week or so ago. So we'll do 4 ladybugs, and then we have butterflies. So each of these comes from one of the other cat toy collections, or is associated with one of them. And I basically took the critters from those patterns and put them on the chasers for the chaser patterns, because you don't see a lot of the pattern at a time, and the cats are much too detailed for this minky fabric, which is just very soft and fluffy. So I wanted the pattern to be a much more basic design. So I took the critters off. So the ladybugs are from my Little Loves collection, my Valentine's collection. The bees and these butterflies were both part of the spring print. And then I have squirrels, which are part of the Cat TV collection. Birds, which are also Cat TV, 4 of those. And then the brand new ones are the snowflakes, part of the new winter collection. Everything in all of these patterns are either little critters or things that cats chase. And that's the whole thing. They're chasing the toy, and then they're chasing snowflakes, or they're chasing birds, or not harming birds, but chasing them and having fun. So yeah, let's just start sewing up these. Okay, so we have all 4 of our little love bugs, our ladybugs. So we'll just flip these right side out. And there we go. And so the next step normally would be to either put the jingle bells inside or to put the crinkle material inside, but we'll just hold off on that. And these are then all ready to go. So many steps already done. And when December comes and I need to restock for markets and don't have nearly as much time, I can do that and just quickly finish them up and attach them to their dowels, and they'll be all set to go. So let's finish even more of these. This feels so productive. Welcome to Friday. We have made it through the whole week. Thank you so much for joining me this week. It's been so fun having you come along on this big week of sewing. So I have finished all of the chasers that I want to sew. So again, and these are all open on the bottom, so I can fill them with either crinkle or jingle, whatever I need at the time. I am so pleased that I will be prepared with chasers this year, because that is one of the cat toys that it's just always the last one that I stock up on. And it's always the last bit of inventory that I'll sew in a week for a market, because the Pouncers and Kickers sell like exponentially better. That's a shame, because I love these. This is Pearl's favorite toy. We play every single day, and this is for playing with your cat. It's the most interactive toy. Okay, so Friday we have completed Kickers, Pouncers, and Chasers. So I think what I want to do is just get a bunch of kicker pockets done. I can't create and finish too many of them because, as I think I mentioned earlier this week, I don't remember what I said anymore. I don't have a whole lot of space to store a completed cat toy. So I have a whole bin now that's full of completed cat toys, but I can get a start on the rest of them by just doing the pockets, and those take up much less space. They're already halfway done then, and I can get a lot of them knocked out to make completing inventory once December comes much faster. So let's pick out a bunch of those. Okay, so I think I want to get a head start on my winter collection. And this is available in 3 colors. I have no idea which one's going to be the most popular. I think this dark color is, sorry, I can't count and talk at the same time. Just a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll do 10 of the dark blue, 10 of the ice blue, I think I'm gonna call that, 10 of the cream. Should probably do a few more Christmas too. Let's do 5 more of each of those. 5 burgundy, 5 mint, 5 evergreen. And then, oh, we should have more pride. We've already done a lot of birds. Let's get some fish. We are gonna go to, see, like right here, I already have a couple made up, all ready to go. We need to do these plants. These plants have been really popular. 9, 10, we're gonna go 15 on this one. We'll do the reading ones too. And I think that's good. Let's make sure we can finish. So that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 70, 80, 85. So these 30 winter kickers have been sewn on the long seam, and I flipped them right side out. So now we just need to sew the ends shut with the tag. And I just have to share again, I'm obsessed with this color palette. I am so thrilled with how this turned out. And I feel like I can't say that about my own artwork, but I love it so much. And again, because I love winter too, and this is exactly what I wanted in a winter collection. And I love the kind of icy coldness of the color palette, but yet it's still cozy. It's just everything that I wanted it to be. And I'm so excited for this to be launched, which it will be by the time this video goes live. And it is time to snip threads again. Exciting. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. Thanks so much for finishing up this week with me. Oh man. So yeah, this has all been about, where's the end of it? This has all been about reducing my stress, reducing my chance of burnout come December, especially because it's the most wonderful time of the year. I love Christmas time, and I don't want to just be a workaholic that time of year because I want to be able to personally enjoy it. But at the same time, if you run a small business, it's one of the busiest times of year. And it makes up for the slower months, the slower J months. For me, January, June, and July are pretty slow. So that's why I loaded up my schedule with all of these events and trying to get this head start so that I do have time to spend with my family. Oh my gosh, to spend time with my family at the holidays. And that I have time to bake Christmas cookies with my son, and we work in a day to trim the tree and watch all the Christmas movies, and I just don't want to feel like I have to be working all the time. So overall, I think I was thinking I would get a lot more done this week, but I did only work on all of these cat toys, all these Get Ahead cat toys, 4 days and only in the afternoon. So, because I've had other things to do in the mornings. And then today is Halloween. Can you tell? Wearing these earrings for the last time this season and this shirt as well. It's the last day of the high school football season. And my son is in the marching band, and it is senior night, and he is a senior. So will I shed tears? I'm waiting for it to come. Okay, I'm waiting. This senior year, you always talk about firsts when you have kids, but man, all these lasts. It's like you're so proud. You're so proud of them. And see, I can't even start talking about it. You're so proud of them and the future that they will have, but you're going to miss them so much. And then tomorrow, I don't have an event. It's his last marching band competition. And that's something that I haven't been able to enjoy. I've actually only made it to, this will only be the third marching band competition of his 4 years in high school. And that's because there's a lot of events on Saturday in the fall. When you have a small business, you're making sacrifices. So my sacrifice was always the band competitions, but they would always perform during the half times of the football games the night before. So I don't do night markets. I pretty much always have every Friday night free. So I never miss a football game. And those are more fun anyway, because then you get the halftime show and you also get all their fun little pep tunes in the stands, which are really fun, especially because they have a good football team. So there's always a lot to cheer for. So 30 of the winter kicker pockets. Well, I'm going to continue working on all these, and I won't make you watch any more time lapses or anything, but I'll meet you when all of these are done. Okay. We are done with all of these kicker pockets. There are 80 of them. Chester thinks it's dinner time, but he unfortunately can't tell time yet. We're working on it, right, kiddo? Because it's not. And there's a Chester bet. So we have 153 pouncers, 50 kickers, 24 chasers that are almost done that just need to be filled, and then 90 of these kicker pockets. So we sewed 317 cat toys this week. That's a big number, and December Traci is going to be very grateful that October Traci was able to take the time to do this. But I'm also feeling almost even more stressed out because I know that's not nearly enough that I'm gonna need for all of those 6 events, really, starting with the Shop Small Saturday weekend. But the point wasn't to get all of the inventory that I'm going to need for those December markets done. The point was just to kind of have a reserve inventory just all ready to go. Just kind of a nice insurance that I have a bunch of these cat toys already made, already halfway done. And so hopefully, Traci, think about that. So I'm not as stressed going into the holiday season. This boy, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Chester. So Thanks for joining me this week. And what are we doing next week? Oh, we have a market vlog next week, but it will be a slightly different kind of market vlog. So we'll still be spending a lot of time in the office here, but we'll also end the week at a market. So thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed spending the time with me today, and subscribe for more. Lots of market vlogs coming. You'll be seeing these cat toys again at markets. And thanks so much. And we're gonna go. Bye. Do you want to say goodbye to everybody? Bye. Thanks for watching.